Man, I don't know about you guys, but I need a hug after that Walking Dead premiere. Welcome to the new format of Will's Weekly Pool here on the Will West Show.
Knock, knock, open up the door. It's Will.
So like I just said, this is the new format of Will's Weekly Pool. As you guys have noticed, I haven't been doing the Weekly Pool as much. All the stuff I've recommended is really good, and I just hope people have watched it and found those episodes and went to go find those comic books in stores. And also, I wanted comic book reading to be fun again. I don't want to just be binge reading all of them and just not be taking my time like I used to. So it almost became like a chore to start reading comics and then, oh shit, better do a video, ha 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 ha. Just, there was so much stuff going on. I didn't want to be going to work tired / waking up late. It just didn't fit in the schedule right now. So that's why you haven't been seeing that. But it's back temporarily. We're going to try a new format where I talk about comic book movie news, and then maybe when I get back into the swing of things and find some new recommendations that you must read, I will incorporate those in here as well and try to make them really short and brief like I've always been trying to do instead of a long-formed one like I was doing before. So we're going to just jump into it. First off, spoilers. I'm not going to talk about it right here, right now, but if you're on the internet right now and you haven't seen anything, good on you, but what are you doing? Get out of here. You're going to get spoiled and you're going to be so mad. I'll put time codes in the description. That's the new thing I'm learning today, guys. But we're going to talk about the trailers that were released last week. And first off, we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So Guardians of the Galaxy 2 just released a little slight, barely a minute or so teaser. I had heard they were going to release a trailer, a big, maybe full-length trailer. Maybe it's going to be even longer. They play Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede. Someone's going to get in the comments and hit me up about that, so we'll see then. But anyway, they play Ooga, 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 Chaka. And we can see everybody again, Gamora's jumping up, fighting something. We see Nebula, she's got more cybernetic implants. We pan up to Drax and Star-Lord. I almost called him Chris Quell, I don't know. But they're just talking about oh hey, there's two people that you could dance, people that do and people that don't, and you should find someone that's pathetic. And he's like, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Do you need a hug? He's like, nah, I'm good. And then the Drax just goes in for the bear hug. Then we see all kinds of crazy scenes out of context. We see Yondu and Rocket walking out of prison. And there's all these people falling down the side. I'm going to put a picture up of it somewhere, but it's kind of oh, those guys are screwed. But Yondu and Rocket are walking all cool and brisk And then what else do we see? I think we see maybe the Reavers or whatever they're called. Yondu's group, they're jumping and they pauses on them just for a quick second. And what else? The only noticeable thing is Rocket and Baby Groot showing up and everybody goes, ah, Baby Groot, look at him, he's so cute. It almost reminded me of a Porky Pig or oh, that's all folks, that's all you get, because the way he shoots that thing and he just looks and they're just looking, it kind of reminded me of oh, that's all folks. That's what it reminded me of. But yeah, that's about all of that. It's a really positive, awesome thing. And now we're going to talk about the next topic of news. And now we're talking about the Berlanti universe. That's the next topic, guys. I'm going to tackle where I am in the shows. At this point, we're about 2 or 3 episodes into all the shows. So spoilers. I'm going to put spoilers all over this video. So if you don't want to be spoiled about the Berlanti universe, here we go. All right, first off, Supergirl Season 2. It was almost technically a 2-parter. Superman comes to town. He's played by Tyler Hoechlin. I talked about it in my Supergirl recap. And I was just praying and hoping he'd be good. And oh my God. He's the best! Oh my God. Really? Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill, is this really that hard to do? I mean, I'm always open to new interpretations. And I know I had my gripes of Batman versus Superman. But this Superman managed to be both tough, stern, cheesy, a gentleman. In fact, when he even comes into the episode, Supergirl's trying to stop this spaceship that's crashing, and Superman flies in and he's like, hey, do you need some help? And she's like, yeah, I think this is a job for the both of us. And I'm just going Superman would do that. He would be polite and ass. I'm just And then we get to see him as Clark Kent. He's talking to Perry White, and he's very Christopher Reeve-like. I know I said a Christopher Reeve version couldn't work, but he made it kind of work. He's talking with Perry White on the phone. He's like, oh, I'll be there lickety split. And we don't hear Perry White, but he says what he says. He's like, oh, lickety split, sir. It's kind of retro, kind of how you say Great Sisters Ghost, and then you're he's like, oh, I know we're not talking about you. We're talking about me. I'm sorry, it won't happen again, sir. I'm just going that's Superman. Tyler Hoechlin proved it can be done. It can be done in this universe. But we should actually talk about the episodes after I'm done gushing about Superman. But It was awesome. And just him and Martian Manhunter. This is maybe my one issue with the Superman / this universe. This universe doesn't have a Batman. And we need Batman. Gotham, get canceled, please. Like, even though people are watching, I hate watching it. I mean, maybe I need to stop doing that. Maybe I'm the reason it's still on. But we need a Batman because there was a conflict between him and Martian Manhunter, which these two are like best friends in Justice League and just almost anything I've seen. And the New 52 kind of has them like on bad terms, like something happened between the Justice League and him when they first met. But in this universe, they are like enemies. It's like, oh, hey, like I can't be a part of this. Like, I'll help you guys for this mission while like I'm helping my cousin, but I'm not under your jurisdiction. Like, I'm not doing this, John. And he's like, oh, hey, like you're going to listen to my commands. It's like, no, John. Like, you have kryptonite. Like, we could be friends on this. And I feel like Martian Manhunter wouldn't hold like the one weakness Superman has against him, even though they're the DEO and they need it against people like Astra. That's the mother's name, not the mother's name, the aunt's name of Supergirl. I feel like this is a conflict between like Superman and Batman. Like, this is something that they would have. Like, he's like, oh, Bruce, I can't trust you, man. You got that kryptonite ring that and you stole like a bunch of rocks from underseas. Like, I can't trust you, Bruce. Like, I feel like that was the conflict they actually wanted, but they only have these characters. It makes sense, but I did feel a little bit forced that the two guys who should be like best buds like are put at odds at this. But maybe at some point we'll get to see like a fight between the two, and who knows. But that gets resolved later. He gives Superman like a lead box to get rid of all the kryptonite he has. And they also get to team up and fight Metallo. And there's actually 2 Metallos in these episodes. John Corbin shows up, which if you're a Superman fan, it's just really awesome to see Metallo realized on TV. There is a name drop of Gotham, but I don't think it means anything at this point. But if it does, like, yeah, we got Batman eventually, but it doesn't at this point. We also have like Project Cadmus, so I think they're going to be the ones that are making the bad guys / trying to get rid of Supergirl this season. And Lex Luthor's sister, Lena, am I saying that right? Lena Luthor? First off, she's hot. I'm sorry, I'm a guy, guys. She makes being a potential bad guy look so good, but like she seemed to be genuine. But I think Clark Kent and Superman both say it best. Like, I never trust a Luthor. Like, you never know what they're doing. She kind of reminds me of Tess Mercer if you watch Smallville. And speaking of Tess Mercer, there's a little throwback to the old movies. Miss Tessbacher. She becomes Cat Grant's new assistant. So Miss Tessbacher, that reminded me of the movies. I'm just going like, like just so many throwbacks. Like, maybe I love the Christopher Reeve Superman too much, and this was like a love letter to that stuff. But I don't know. This is like a great start, and the little cliffhanger we get off on this episode. Oh, we find out who was in the pod too. I'm jumping all over the place, but we find out who was in that pod. It's just a young man about like Kara and Clark's age. They think he's Kryptonian at this point. I think the theory that it's Mon-El, I think they even reveal that a Mon-El will show up at some point. This could be him, or my other theory that this could be another version of Superboy. It could also be the Eradicator. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of Superman mythos that this could be almost anyone, but we're going to find out tonight because it's technically Monday right now and I'm recording this. But if you want to, I guess, post spoilers on this is going to be a spoiler-filled video, so if my theory was right, just let me know. Like, that'd be awesome. Now we're going to tackle Flash. All right, we're now 3 episodes into Flash. We open up the Flashpoint. I'm going to be brief about this. I feel a little bit let down, but I can't be too mad because the producers, Grant Gustin, everybody, like, even said, like, hey, this is only going to affect the Flash universe. Like, Barry might get to see it all around, like, this universe, but don't get your hopes up for, like, the Flashpoint paradox, like, the whole graphic novel. You're not going to get it all. So don't be crazy about it if it doesn't live up to your expectations. It's really nice seeing like how Barry's been living. We also get to see like Wally as Kid Flash briefly, and this guy called the Rival. I'm not familiar. Like I said, I guess you would call me maybe a bandwagon fan of the Flash, not because of the TV show, but I got on during the Brightest Day Flash, which is a great read. You need to read that, and then Road to Flashpoint, and then boom, like I've been reading ever since. But I'm not familiar with the Rival. I kind of want to see like where this villain goes, or this new alchemy guy, because he shows up in the next episode. He can bring people's powers back from alternate timelines. I don't know how you do that, but my money's on that it's Tom Felton at this point, because who knows, maybe Tom Felton was somebody else in the timeline, and I don't know. And Tom Felton, that's Snape. He's Barry's assistant. They hate each other, and he's also another side effect of Barry making the Flashpoint paradox. Now he has to work with this asshole. Someone made a funny meme about this, like, here's what happened to Snape in the alternate timelines. Like, oh, I hate you, Harry. Oh, I hate you, Barry. The Flashpoint Paradox isn't all what it seems. Like, similar to the book, Barry starts losing memories and starts remembering this timeline and losing his powers. So he's like, oh shit, like I gotta let Thawne out. We gotta get home, we gotta fix this. Him and Thawne go back in time. Okay, has to let his mother die again. Like, I feel like it's sad, but like, I feel like at that point, like where his mom is getting killed, there's gonna be like so many Barrys and Thawnes there. It's gonna be like nuts. It's gonna be like mind-boggling how many are there. Or how many aren't there anymore. Like, it's almost like there was a sketch on this SNL, The Falconer, where the Falconer keeps time traveling to stop himself from doing this adventure, but then there's like 20 of them, but since like they only have the one Will Forte character, they have to get the rest of the SNL cast, and it keeps changing. I don't know. I'm rambling too much about that. We also get Tom Cavanaugh and Jesse Quick coming back, and now she's a speedster. People did bitch though eventually, like, oh hey, that's the same suit as a Trajectory. What's up with that? I'm just going like, guys, like they repurposed the suit. Like, these shows aren't cheap to make, and those costumes aren't cheap to make. Like, they just made the Kid Flash suit. They're making a lot of suits for the Justice Society in this whole universe, and each show has their own budget. Like, if they only have like enough to make like that one symbol and like maybe touch up the Trajectory shoot, like shut your mouth. Like, we didn't have Jessie Quick last year. Yeah, we had the character there, and she was chilling with Wally and whatnot, but she wasn't a speedster yet. So I'm totally fine with that. We also got Magenta, and there's been image reveals that eventually here soon we're going to get the Trickster versus Jay Garrick. Oh, I didn't mention Jay Garrick. Again, I jump all over the place, guys, so if you can't keep up or if I forget something, just let me know. But Jay Garrick stops Barry because he wants to go change the timeline again just to get it just about right. Because when he brought the timeline back to normal, he messed stuff up. Like, Cisco's brother's now dead. Caitlin may or may not be getting the Killer Frost powers. Him and Iris are still together, but now her and Joe aren't close together. That's really weird. And like I said, Tom Felton's in the universe now. And just, there's all kinds of weirdness in this timeline. Like, I hope maybe at the end, maybe someone else changes the timeline, which will benefit Barry. But I doubt that's going to happen. But Jay Garrick stops and says, hey, like, here, this is a coffee cup. Like, I broke it. But now, like, here's me trying to fix it. Even if I like get it just right, like there's gonna be things broken. You can't get everything right. Like, you can't mess with time travel. Like, we're guys. We're not gods. Okay, like, you can't do this again. It almost was reminiscent of Henry Allen talking to him, but it's also almost like another patching of the torch moment because like he was the previous Flash in the '90s. He's going like, you can't keep doing this, man. Like. Because even fans have been getting annoyed, like, oh, hey, like, oh, he changed the timeline so many times already, like, without consequences. Why can't he do it this time? Blah, blah, blah. I think time travel is just going to be a less relevant thing at this point, just because it's going to get too repetitious. If it does happen, they're going to have to find a good way to write around it, or, like, a good way, or a good reason why Barry or someone has to go back in time. But at this point, unless you're the Legends, I don't think anyone's going back in time. Now we're tackling Arrow. And I gotta say, it's back on track, guys. It's not the best in the universe still, but it's back to about where Season 1 and Season 2 were. Oliver's the mayor, and he's dealing with that, and he's dealing with being a solo superhero again. He gets like pretty vicious, and like I think he kills a few people in the first few episodes. It's pretty crazy, and he also opens his ranks up to Mr. Terrific, the Black Canary from last season, and Wild Dog. I'm not familiar with him as much, but he's played by Timo Cruz. That's so insane. That's so crazy that they got that guy. Like I said, it's back on track. I like this new team he's going to be forming up. I would like to see Colton Hayes come back at some point, too, because we haven't seen him in a while, and I don't know what he's doing, but it would just be cool to see like those coming back together, and maybe him like telling these guys like, hey, like Oliver's tough, but like you should have seen the training I went through with him when he was back in Season 1 and 2. Like, he was a bigger hard ass then. Like, you guys don't know how easy you're getting it right now. Just it'd be nice to see that team up again, because I like those two. Felicity's got a new man. Obviously, all the Elicity fans, myself included, are not too crazy about this. This guy seems like a big sleazeball. Maybe it'll turn out he was a villain at some point, because that's what shows like this do. It's pretty simple, pretty easy plot. But I don't know. I like to see where these new villains are going and what Arrow is going to eventually become. Because like I said, it's back on par, but it could easily go back to Season 3, Season 4 territory. Now we're tackling Legends of Tomorrow. Alright, I'm only one episode in, and that's a shame because the second one features the Justice Society, and I'll get on it, guys, okay? But the Justice Society shows up at the very end of this premiere episode. And I don't know, the way the ads were showing this season, I thought we were going to see all kinds of crazy swashbuckling, like kind of cool adventures. And maybe we would see even more crazy DC heroes and stuff. Like they show like that old medieval time with the Firestorm guys there. I thought that kid could be like that little shit from Justice League who was Morgan Le Fay's son who was stuck as a little boy. I think that would be like a great like callback. Maybe we would even get Etrigan and Morgan Le Fay. I've heard rumors we're getting Jonah Hex at some point. But anyway, this season kind of kicks off with Oliver and this new guy who's going to be joining the team. And like they go and find Heatwave. He's kind of telling the story of like what happened so far. And the way they're telling the story, it's almost reminded me of Doctor Who, which is funny because they have Arthur Darvill, and eventually we're going to have Malcolm Merlin show up in this, and they were both in Doctor Who. I saw him at Comic-Con, actually. I don't want to ramble too much, but like he made a joke that when they get the Legion together and they have him, they should say, oh, hey, that's the Doctor, right? And then they'd be like, who, Doctor Who? Yeah, he's Doctor, right? And then people would be like, oh my God, ah! I hope that made sense, just because they were both on the same show, but just at different points. But the big thing that's going to be happening here is the Legion of Doom is starting. We see Damien Dark and the Reverse Flash at the end of this premiere, like going, oh, hey, like, we got this weapon, like, we're going to change history, etc. And Oliver sends the new guy in Heatwave and the new Wave Rider to go save everybody. I just want to know, like, how we get to that point at the end of Season 1 where, like, Rex Tyler's like, oh, hey, like, I'm from the Justice Society of America, and you sent me, guys, like, well, Mr. Rory sent me, like, you guys can't go to this time period or you all die. But that's the crazy thing about time travel. Things could not be like what they seem. There could be a time lock, there could be a time loop, there could be all kinds of craziness. I don't know, but I gotta say, this is probably also the most cheesy and, like, campy version of all these shows right now. It's having the most fun, and I like that. I like having fun when I'm watching these shows. And it doesn't always have to be dark and grim or like super serious like other things that the DC and Marvel universes have been doing. But yeah, those are the recaps of all the Berlanti shows, and now we gotta get to it. We're gonna be talking about Walking Dead, even though that's not in that universe. We're gonna be talking about another comic book show here. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit annoyed that they kept teasing us for another 15-20 minutes of whoever Negan killed. He's just dragging Rick off into the RV, and like he's hitting zombies, going, "Oh, hey, does that remind you of anybody?" Ha ha ha! Because this guy's psychotic. He's nuts. Like he is going to be probably even more of a foil than the governor was, and that's saying something because the governor was pretty psychotic. He sends them on this task to go get his ass, to go get his axe, or like more people are going to die. So Rick has to go into like a horde of walkers to get this axe. He like jumps on a zombie that's like hanging, I don't know like what's gonna happen here. Like he could die at any moment right now because based on like what happened with whoever got hit in the head with the bat, like anything could happen. Like this could be like Rick setting up for like his death. I don't know. We get images of Rick. Rick sees images of everybody in the group getting their heads beaten with the bat, and I think that was both one repurposing footage that they recorded just in case someone leaked it / just like Rick like. That actually probably worked for the episode. Like Rick just going like, "Oh, I can't let this happen to anyone else. It's crazy." And then we finally get back to like a flashback of how this all happened and like who got hit. And it was Abraham. Like a lot of people theorized that, and they were right. But there is a slight twist. Like he gets up, he gets pissed, and like he's like, "Oh," he's beating him, and then like Abraham's like, "Suck my nuts." Like he went out very Abraham-like, and it was very brutal, but I thought like, oh, okay, it's over. Like Abraham, he started to grow on me, but he's fairly new. Okay, not a big deal. And then shit got serious, even more serious than someone getting their head beaten. Daryl gets up, freaking decks him, and he's like, oh hey, like these guys are trying to kill him. He's like, hey, no, I'm not gonna kill. No, don't kill him. He's got moxie. Like we need that. Ha ha ha. Though I did say, if that happened again, that shit's getting shut down immediately, not happening again. And like I see like who's there, and I may even get emotional thinking about it again. Glenn's right there. He just nails him, and like his eyes like gouging out, like he's bloody. And I need to stop for a second. But he's just like looking at Maggie, like he's going like I'll find you. I'm just like like I was emotional. I didn't think they were gonna do it. Like I didn't think they were gonna kill Glenn. And they killed two people, like just the way he went out and just like Maggie screaming and being terrified, and oh my god, it was awful. And what's even more psychotic about this is whenever freaking Negan takes Rick out to go out there. They leave everybody like just on their knees, like sitting there chilling with their dead friends of their bodies, because they've grown as a family. That is part of my friendship, but that is fucked up. That is so messed up. I know like Negan is not like a likable character, but I'm just going like, Jesus, guys, like let them go bury them real quick and like come back here. Like you can watch, you're gonna watch them. I mean, you've killed 2 of their friends now. I'm just like, I'm at a loss for words. Someone even like I think showed an image of like the original cast, and it's like they kind of like blacked them out, not blacked them out, but like turned them black and white as they've deceased, similar to like Big Brother or other shows that have big long followings. And this was heartbreaking, man. Like I identified a lot with Glenn because like he's kind of like the everyman. He's just like 20-something dude, and then he like falls for the country girl and whatnot. I don't know why I did it really with an accent, but oh my god, like I was devastated. And then Talking Dead comes on, like Chris Hardwick's even talking, like really sad and depressed, and he got to see it like a day before us, and he still sounds devastated. It was brutal. It was gruesome. If you guys dropped the show because like that was awful and like Glenn was one of your favorites, I apologize, and like we'll miss you. But I want to see Maggie and Grick like tag team and beat the shit out of Negan. I almost think, but then those deaths happened. I'm still reeling from that. I think everybody is. We get back from those scenes of like Negan bringing Rick back to everybody, and like he's made Rick his bitch. It's nuts. Like I think Rick watched like videos of how to act like a dog. I'm not trying to be funny here, guys, because like he's like going, like he's
Please don't. Please don't. I ain't doing shit. Rick. This needs to happen now. Chop, chop. Or I will crush the little fella's skull myself.
It can be me. It can be me. You can do it to me. I can go with you.
No. Oh my God. Are you gonna make me count? Okay, Rick. You win. I am counting. 3!
Please. It can be me. Please.
2!
Please don't do
I want to see Negan gone. Rest in peace, Glenn and Abraham, even though they're just fictional characters, but it did hurt because I thought it was Glenn and Abraham was the big goofball. It was like they killed a little bit of me tonight, guys. All right, we're gonna get off that and we're gonna talk about Logan because as you see from the thumbnail, I do talk about Logan in this. So let's go. Now we got the Logan trailer or the new Johnny Cash music video. That's the joke that's been going around. But this movie looks sweet. But I feel like we've been on this roller coaster before. We've gotten 2 trailers before for Wolverine movies that looked really badass. Like, oh, hey, we're going to see Wolverine in the army. And like all the wars that he was talking about or visions that he saw next to. Holy crap, this would be cool because like Wolverine does that. He's working with Sabretooth and Weapon X. That's so cool. Like we're going to see that. And then we got X-Men Origins Wolverine. And everybody hates that movie. Give us the worst version of Deadpool. Just a lot of crap. I like having fun with it sometimes when watching it. It's not my favorite movie. But like if it's on or I'm doing something in the background, like it's harmless. It's a harmless movie. Very stupid, but definitely not a good first outing for Wolverine. Then we get trailers for Wolverine 2. This looks pretty intense, pretty cool. Like we're going to go into Japan because that's another famous storyline featuring Wolverine. We get some cool stuff for most of the movie. And then that third act, we get like that Viper woman fighting. She like turns into like a weird snake thing. We get a giant robot Silver Samurai, which really? Like I know like Iron Man's doing it and Transformers is doing it, but that doesn't mean you guys do it. Come on, guys. Really? But that one, I will say, it gets a little bit of a pass because everything else was good leading up to that point. And just the whole X-Men universe's continuity is just fucked. But speaking of that, this movie takes place after the Days of Future Past timeline. We get Wolverine. He's not healing as much as he used to. Like he's got scars and stuff. He's looking older. I won't say he looks completely accurate to Old Man Logan, but he does have some like homages or like images that make him look a little bit like that character. We also get a little girl who's joining the group, like Patrick Stewart as Professor X saying, "Oh, she's similar to you, Logan." I don't know what that can mean. Maybe that can mean like, "Oh, hey, she's a mutant. Like, there's still a few of you guys left," or "Hey, like she's like an exact clone of you. Like she's almost like a surrogate daughter there, number one." But we get like a bunch of images, like in this timeline, this I won't say it's post-apocalyptic, but like at least this desert, all the scenes that they're showing us look very dour. Like Wolverine's down on his luck, Patrick Stewart is, etc. Like, if nothing else, this looks like it's going to be a good send-off for that old timeline, since we're sticking with the James McAvoy cast going forward with the other movies and with Deadpool. Speaking of Deadpool, I would like to see Deadpool in this movie. People say it probably wouldn't work, but I have an idea of how it could work. Maybe we're going to get flashbacks in this movie, no doubt. But maybe like we could get something like this, like hey Professor X, I know this is serious. Like I was there like when all this shit was going down, bub. I know that when this was going down, and then we could flashback to like Deadpool and him like trying to find. Maybe we can flashback to him, Wade, and like Professor X and a bunch of the remaining mutants are like trying to get this cured, and they were like going and like, oh hey, Deadpool and Logan, like I have like the healing factors, maybe we could use them, and then maybe they try it on Deadpool first because they go, hey, like I got nothing to live for, man. Like look at me, I'm completely unfuckable. Ha ha ha. People say it won't work, but I think they can make it work to I would like to see Deadpool in the movie, no doubt at all. Some people say it would work, some people say it won't. I think the perfect way to maybe use it would be like in a flashback form, like maybe show like it got definitely serious, like when the person who can't shut up and makes a joke about everything died, like something of that sort. Like we just get a flashback. Maybe Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool doesn't even have to say anything. Like he's fighting, maybe he's sacrificing himself for Wolverine, even though that's kind of maybe out of character. But like they were buddies. They were in Weapon X. Like they could like get an exchange look going. Like, hey, like I got your back, buddy. Like you need to get out of here. Get like Professor X and all these people out. Like I'm finally gonna be here. This is one of my moments, Colossus. And like he's still like a smartass about it going through. I feel like that'd be the only way to do it. But if they don't do it like that, or if they don't do it like that, maybe just have a name drop, like, oh, hey, like, I knew it got serious, like, when Wade died. So, something of that sort. Like, I'm not expecting a whole lot, but, like, Deadpool's, like, they're ace in the hole at this point. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for this Logan trailer. I'm going to see it because it's a superhero movie, and it comes out in March, so hopefully it's good. But that's about all I got, guys. That's the weekly poll. How'd you like this new format of the weekly poll? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, when there's a will, there's a way. Boom!